you there?
Yes. Hello everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Samantha. We're getting some Arctic winds here in Canberra this morning. I know you're all jealous up there in Queensland. It's bloody cold here. I can imagine what it's like up there. Yeah, I heard there's flooding. Is there flooding up there as well? Up in Queensland, yeah? Yeah, burning, flooding, freezing. How did we get to this? Today 1050. And of course, we're addressing Samantha Mostyn, the Governor General who is living in the Act, the ACT, and pretending to do her job and not speaking to the people. When are you going to do your job, Samantha? We've got a date on the Wednesday. Please take note with the oath. Please move headdress to the oath of the member. Please remain headdress. Stand fast! They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we the left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Samantha Mostyn, as the Government General of this unlawful occupation, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing cohort of Australian people both here and at the home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the New South Wales Police Report from the Woodrow Commission 1995 to 1997. The Woodrow Commission has catalogued with the New South Wales Police Integrity Commission resulted in a 99-year suppression order containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature, including judges, government officials, an ex-Prime Minister and others, funnily enough. But our Australian government has made no attempt to undo the 99-year suppression order, but the supposed safety and well-being of the population is unacceptable. Revisited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting, the then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. As the Senator stated, it's not so much a secret that's a problem, it's when a group of people such as the 28 people in the police report keep each other's secrets. Further to appeal, he quoted the judge of the day, we decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Government General, how can you justify the 99-year suppression order of the police report from the Woodrow Commission, given that the Australian people paid out roughly $70 million in the case? We have the right to full disclosure investigation, given that we paid for it. 28 painful years later, we've still intrigued since August 30, 2021 at Government House in Queensland, and every single day since the 7th of February 2022 here in the nation's capital. We are the real victims, family members of victims, or friends of victims, the appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia. We the people also require the individual honour with the decision of Government General to uphold the requirements of the Office of Government General, and why the Government General has not stepped in with the obvious police overreach in inhibiting the people peacefully protesting, as is the protected right of all people. It is up to the men and women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, judiciary, Parliament and yourself on this matter. We all sincerely concerned men and women of Australia. Thank you.
their crimes against humanity. If you have lost a friend, a family member, or witnessed illness and injury of a loved one, you will know why this cannot be just let go. It's unacceptable on every level. There are so many survivors of systemic abuse, of which this corporation masking as the Australian government covers up. There are many who also did not survive the torment of what they endured. I call on Archangel Michael and the protectors in the higher realms to help heal hearts and souls, and to guard us as we continue to stand for truth and justice. We are up against so much on so many levels, and what can we do? We can stand in truth. We can be a light in dark places. We can remind people that they can heal and re-empower from trauma and abuse. We can encourage people to stop giving up their autonomy to outdated, failing systems that keep them going around in circles or bound. We can share information that helps people to see beyond the lies and deception. We create our own solutions now and moving forward. We can help each other heal from what we have all been through collectively. We refuse to comply and follow along with policies and bullshit laws that are designed to keep us in a holding pattern, their matrix. It is our right to prosper, to live happy and fulfilling lives, to live free from harm and absurd indoctrination from institutions. We must understand our own boundaries and personal authority so we can teach that to our children. That is our line of defense and our children's. They need to know that they can say no, no matter where they are or who they are with, that their body is their own. Sadly, many people have learnt this after the fact of the damage that has been done. Remember years ago the government delivered the Just Say No campaign. Little did we know that they were actually preparing us for these times. Along the way we have given so many opportunities to say no. Hopefully now more people will stand their ground and not go against their own intuition and knowing.
Good morning, everybody. Just point out one little other useless government department today to get preside over, Governor. The BLM with an annual budget of over $420 million has been telling us about a heat wave all week. And people base their lives around this bullshit. Businesses, tourism, tradies, whatnot. I'm standing there in a jumper and a jacket. So just another $420 million a year that you're presiding over being squandered and used for disinformation, bullshit and lies. But it's a pretty good example because everyone knows that the weatherman's useless anyway. I think nowadays they're starting to realise he's not just useless, he's fucking lying. But for anyone else, look at the classification level of weather departments and wonder why they're so classified. What do they want you to know?
Michael. I'm going to play the speech that Glenn Fisher spoke when he was here last. The living, breathing evidence that you all seem to ignore. Now this is Glenn.
Grew up on the streets of Sydney. My name's Ben Fisher. You'll know me as the author of the book Predator's Paradise and founder of the Leg Up Project. And they don't like me because I'm a living example of systemic failure. I am actually living proof of what happened in the 28 names. I actually grew up on the streets of Sydney, and I actually witnessed these men coming in their cars to the wards, to the park, and picking up children. I gave evidence to the Woodrow Commission. When they came and seen me at the Woodrow Commission, I thought finally I'm going to get my voice heard. After years and years of being through abuse, depression, addiction, and trauma, I thought they're finally going to hear what I have to say. They said, Glenn, this is your opportunity to speak to the corruption, the police accused cops who are covering up the pedophilia in King's Cross, and the multiple children that have died, like my girlfriend. So I gave evidence to the Woodrow Commission, and I told them my story. And what ends up happening is they steal my trial. And then I go through 4 fucking trials against my abusers. One by one, I take pedophile after pedophile, high-profile pedophiles to court, and I put them in jail. And you know what they did to me then? They gave them 18-month sentences. What a fucking slap in the face. Sorry for my language, but what an absolute slap in the face. Your value, Glenn, is 18 months. And the second one, the first one, Paul Chapman-Jones, he got 18 months. There were multiple victims, and each one of them was to run his car, which means that the 18-month sentences, he only done 18 months. That's a slap in the face to every single child raised on the streets and gone through this trauma. So I go through it again with a guy named Ken Fogarty, and he gets 18 months. And then I go through it again with a guy named Leroy Morris, who ran the refuge and was the head of NZRA Insurance, and he gets 2 years, 8 months. And then my main abuser, Simon Davies, who told me as a boy I'd never get justice, I'd never write my book. I was a heroin addict. I was dead by the age of 21. He flees to another country where he uses the statute of limitations in another country to negate 13 of 18 charges to take out 2 of 4 victims. So 2 victims will never get justice because our system allows people that are predators to go offshore into Europe and use their laws, statute laws, to negate crimes in our country. Yeah. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. There needs to be a blanket agreement with every country in the world that when a child is abused, all bets are off, man. It doesn't matter where in the fucking world you go, put them on that plane, send them back and hold them accountable for these crimes. Because what you get is, I am a product of this environment. I am a product. And what happens is hurt people. And that became my story. I started doing armed robberies. I started robbing dealers. I started fighting anyone who wanted to fight because I had so much anger in my body. Because hurt people. And then in 2015 they called me up again and they said, Glenn, we're so sorry about what happened to Wood Royal Commission, but we've got another Royal Commission now into institutional abuse. You can tell your story about being raised in orphanages, in refuges and in Darrick Boys Home. You can tell them about how you were abused again, how I went into foster care and I placed in a house with 9 adults place into a bedroom with 3 adult men, 2 with prior convictions for pedophilia, and I'm put into that bedroom and systemically abused my entire state. So I do. I get the courage, and it takes a lot of courage to go for again after being burnt over and over and over and over. But I do it because I believe we're finally going to hear our story, and Australia is going to finally get to hear the truth, the systemic failures in this country about the abuses that have been held by people in positions of power. High-profile men travelling to King's Cross who believe these are fathers that have children, have wives. They're school principals, they're teachers, they're politicians, they're media stars, they're the people you don't expect who think, that's okay, I've got a lot of money. I'll just go to King's Cross and I'll buy me a little child. And then what happens is they take them to rooms that are run by gangsters, and these gangsters film it, and then they're not only abusing children, but they're now compromised, which means that their corruption gets worse. So Johnny covers up Jake, everybody's covering everybody's ass.
Yeah, fully.
And then they say to us, right, in the Royal Commission, we're sealing the files because we're afraid that we will lose faith in the judiciary system. Right, that happened fucking years ago. We lost faith in the judiciary system a long time ago. Do you know how you restore faith? With transparency and honesty. That's it. No matter how the cards fall. Just be honest and open. Because what that does is that allows us to heal. But it hasn't done that to me. They suppressed my file, and it was only because a current affair who stood up in my last case and said, hey, do you want your file suppressed? And I said, fuck no, I don't. And the court saying to me, Glenn, the reason we're suppressing your file is to protect you. You ain't protecting me from shit, man. You ain't protecting me at all. Australia needs to hear these stories, as painful as they are, so that these things don't happen any further. So these things don't happen in the future. There's men out there and women out now who have been through abuse and they don't speak up because they're afraid. We've been taught or drilled into us as kids, don't dog, snitches get stitches. That mentality allowed my abusers to go free for 35 years. That mentality allowed my abusers to continue to abuse, and abuse. So every time you tell your story, you might give just a little bit of information that collaborates someone else's story, and it might just get closer to someone else. So I advise everybody to find your voice and find your courage, because your voice is your superpower. Absolutely your superpower.
That's right.
I spent so many years in addiction, I allowed my traumas of my childhood to steal my life. It literally stole my life. I sat on the lounge feeling sorry for myself in victim mode. That don't happen no more. Today I've taken control, I've taken power, and I will not be silenced. And to this day, I'm one that's never been financially compensated because I won't accept fucking redress. I think redress to me is an insult. You know what I mean? 150k, Glenn, this time this bit of paper and it's, fuck you, bro. That's not going to change what I feel in my heart. You know what I mean? I am suing the government for the systemic failures, and I don't have faith in that either. But we'll see how it plays out. You know what I mean? What I do know is there are people out there rorting the redress bill, and it seems to be people who are being unfairly enriched that haven't been abused, while real victims of these crimes are falling through the cracks. That's a fucking tragedy. That's a prime example of the government that we have that throws money at things without brains or trust or pointing out what the actual Australian people want. We've allowed so many people to come into our country, we don't have a fucking half or master anymore. You know what I mean? What is happening to our country? Anyway, my name's Ben Fisher. As you know, I'm the author of the book Peddler's Paradise. I turn my life around now and I go down to the streets and I try and help others, and I reach out to people who have got trauma. Because I'm a firm believer that addiction and alcoholism is a secondary symptom to actual trauma. Trauma is the underlying impact of addiction. When we start addressing people's trauma, then we can start dealing with things like homelessness, addiction, and mental health. Mental health, I watch an absolute epidemic on the streets at the moment of people on the streets with mental health issues because the money created an NDIS scheme, which again is a freaking raw and a joke, which is enriches people at the top but not those at the bottom, whilst people are walking around the streets suffering from mental health issues. And as a person that works on the streets who's empathetic and has a heart, it fucking hurts my very soul. It literally hurts my soul. When I sit down and I talk to somebody and I hear their story and I go, bro, you are me. The only difference between you and me is our circumstances. I've now got my shit together and I'm trying everything in my heart to try and support my heart into their heart. It sounds simple, it's not. It's actually hard because people are broken. People are absolutely broken, and a lot of it's because of the systemic failures of our country. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening to me. Remember my name, Glenn Fisher!
Yeah!
My name's Ben Fisher. You'll know me as the author of the book Predator's Paradise.
Now I'm sure you've heard of him. Glenn Fisher. The Woodrow Commission. Put all the information in a drawer and then you tell him it's for his protection. Do your job, Samantha. Expose the 28.
Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never wanted mine. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They waited at the camps, done all the camps. You can say damn, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up for the man on bail, and I'm still here. They try so hard, we try not laugh. They towed my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These cops ain't smart, I'ma make 'em drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take back to start. No deeds, no time, no trespass. Now we judge you, take us to the knock. Yeah, who at the door? Muck the dark, bring on the storm. Rise to the empty, thought we were gone. Regroup and come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still here, still ain't got no fear. We will cry, still ain't shed no tear. The sense of we still here. Is that all you got? We take on you more. We unite, you don't call the shot. Sovereign's been here all along. And they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but they never left. They're still here, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here, the oldest civilization. Listen, how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way this war is fought. Our worry for the law and in June income war accords. Gotta cut out the cancer. Yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never want to chat, never want to mask. 2 years go past, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided camps, done all the camps. You keep that camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up with a man on bail, and I'm still here. They see us come, we see you run. Now we are one. Free our daughters, free our sons. Dedicated and scared. Got lying to bed, I'm there. If we're gone, our spirit lives on. Yeah, we ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never want to judge, never want to mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raid at the camp, done all the camps. You keep saying camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed the car and knocked me up with a man on bail, and I'm still here.
Sorry.
children of the world. They're not for sale!
That's right, Gabby. go like that, the branches right away, and then it's just left the cork on the outside. And then
1050 is done. So that means tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and see how many people are here tomorrow. And the next But anyway, this day's done. Thanks for coming.